They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And this carry now is productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. 2nd and 9.
Burrow looking to pass. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Now a throw here to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
11 MT. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 55. Mike 55. 11 Thomas. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go.
Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Fournette, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Now Burrow loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
I'm here all day. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 11 MT, 11 MT.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. Mayfield on 1st down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do?
There he goes, left side. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. You must be dreaming. 55.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Flushed out right. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Bengals 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
2nd and 10.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so
touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to air one out. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. This time they stay on the ground. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check tight. Check tight. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
In your face.
Again, it's Mixon. He gets away from one. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From midfield now, Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
They'll roll him out right. This is the tight end, Njoku. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Second down and goal. Mayfield on the move to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey,
They'll give it to Chubb. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Burrow. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
11.
Here's Burrow.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right?
Right.
Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield now. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has,
but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down. Fournette running out of the gun. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now the Bengals on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Burrow. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10.
55 is Mike, guys, 55. 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On third down, Mixon. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or 2 short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Sam Hubbard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.